Good morning, beloveds. Foster's he's got a very quiet purr, and he's in here just purring away and rubbing on everything. So, you're gonna fall off, because this is what you get on watch these videos for, watching me talk to my cat. Okay, all right. That is not why you are here. You are here for Beyond Appearances, which is, today is November 17th. Our title is Teachers of Love and Life. The first quote is, "And a person's foes shall be they of their own household." Matthew 10:36. And then the second quote is, "Love is the grandest healing and drawing power on earth." And that is Science of Mind, page 298. Sometimes we may wonder why certain people come into our life. Those who seem to create problems for us, whether intentionally or not. Could it be that our own subconscious hostility or other negative emotions have attracted these individuals to us? If only agreeable people came into our lives, then we would never learn forgiveness, and we would learn little about ourselves. Through problem people, however, we can learn what is hidden in our subconscious mind, for they are our mirrors. Each person who comes into our life represents an aspect of us, and through each one we can learn our lessons of love, life, and forgiveness. As a consequence, we grow emotionally and spiritually. This awareness makes forgiveness easier, and we can be grateful to those who are disguised teachers. Through them, we have the opportunity to learn all people. We have the opportunity to learn to love all people unconditionally and without exception. And as we gradually achieve this growth, we reap the immense rewards promised us by the great spiritual teachers. Jesus, for example, taught that when we seek first the kingdom of God, all these things shall be added unto you. My mind and body are filled with divine love. I am a channel for this love, and I let it flow through me to all people without exception. I am aware of the unfailing healing power of this love, and it is RH, which is Robert. It's Haake. I don't know whether to call him Haake or Haake. I don't know. Which is why every time he comes across, I spell his last name. Haake. So, and today is one of those lessons where we're like, I'd really rather not learn this lesson. I don't want to learn this lesson. I don't want to have people in my life who push my buttons. We're all like that. And especially coming into holiday season, which is why I think they put it in November, because we're getting really close to Thanksgiving, and into the Christmas season, where we're going to be, probably a lot of us are going to be around a lot of family. And if anybody knows how to push our buttons, family does, because family are the ones who installed them. And so that's what it is. It's a perspective. It's a mind shift. It's looking at people who push your buttons in your life as teachers, giving them a new role. You don't have to tell him, you don't have to go up to him and say, "Thank you for teaching me unconditional love by being just the awful person that you are in my life." That's not what he's asking us to do. What he's asking us to do is to see them in a new light, to see them in a light as a mirror. And occasionally, we bump up against people and we go, "Wow, I really don't like this." And then we go, "You know what? What I don't like about that person is what I really don't like about myself. So what am I going to do about that? What in me can I shift and change? I can't change that other person. It is not my job to change that other person, but it is my job to, shake my subconscious up occasionally and find out what pops up and go, "Oh, okay. You know what? I've let that to the side a little long. It's time for me to work on that." And so these people who come into our lives who make it challenging, we can change our mindset and view them as teachers. And the sooner we learn the lesson that they are teaching us, the sooner one of several things is going to happen. One, they may disappear out of our lives. Two, their behavior may change. Now, their behavior will change most likely because our behavior has changed. When we stop reacting and responding to their energy, then most likely their behavior will change, and it will, and that in that case it's going to be unconsciously, or their behavior will cease to bother us. And nothing will change at all on their end, but their behavior ceases to bother us. And so that's the really amazing thing about when you meet people who push your buttons, or when you encounter people that have always pushed your buttons, when you look at them as teachers and go, okay, what about this situation bothers me, and what can I do about it? Because I have no power to change this person at all. What about me? What in me can change? Now, here's also where I'm going to remind you that it may have, that them pushing your buttons most likely has nothing to do with you. Occasionally we meet people who are just Scrooges, Grinches, what have you. Their behavior has nothing to do with you, and they are not a mirror for you. So you don't have to view absolutely everybody as a teacher that is showing you something in your subconscious, okay? Because if you do that, that's crazy making, all right? Sometimes people are just having a bad day, and we just need to bless them and let them go on their way, all right? So don't make yourself crazy about letting everybody be your teacher. Everybody can be your teacher, but you don't have to get that, you don't have to pull yourself apart going, well, what about me? A lot of times it has nothing to do with you. It's a good idea to check in with yourself when you meet people like that. But don't pull something out of nothing. Sometimes people just are having a bad day, and like I said, bless them and let them go. But people, especially if you keep bumping up against the same kind of energy, that's generally where you want to go, okay, you know what? There's something in here that I need to work on. Let me figure out what that is. And that's what and this is good work to be reminded to do entering into the holiday season. Because we are going to encounter more people, and we are going to encounter people who are tired and stressed out, and, and so remember that spiritual practice of the loving, kind, compassionate. This is the season where everybody needs a little extra, including us. And so, as we look at our teachers around us, and we dig into our own subconscious and go, all right, here's where I need to let me tweak this a little bit, or maybe I just need to, maybe this right here, this little area, I just need to completely overhaul it, and you can do that. It can be a simple tweak to a complete overhaul. Or you might look at the person and then go, I can see you're having a bad day. Lord bless you and keep you, and it has nothing to do with you. So all three are on the table. All three are on the table. Just because they are a teacher, it doesn't have to make it about you. All right. I always want to give that reminder, especially going into the holiday season. It's not always about you. It's not always about us, sometimes people are just people, and we need to let them be that. All right. So then, the mission's pretty clear. The title is Teachers of Love and Life. And so the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to take stock of the people who are pushing our buttons and see what work is ours to do. And that's what I'm going to use that phrase. What work is ours to do? Because sometimes it doesn't need to be, we don't need to change anything. We just need to accept them for who they are. And then choose how much time we want to spend with them. So that's the mission. Let's look at the people in our lives who push our buttons, recognize them as teachers of life and teachers of love, and decide what in this situation is ours to do. Not everybody is a mirror, but probably a number of them are. So that is the mission today, should we choose to accept it. And it's really, honestly, it's the same mission every day. It's about getting to know who you are at the center of your being and to meet the source of your own being, to consciously connect with the source of your own being. All right. The other one that I suggest is the same one that I always suggest, which is to do something loving, do something kind, do something compassionate for yourself. This is going to become extra important as we enter into the holiday season. And both sides of the coin. Self-care is super important as we get busier into the holiday season, but finding space for joy is going to be extra important as we head into the holiday season. Sometimes the holidays bring up some more melancholy, because we miss the people that are gone, and or we can't be with our families, or because things are, and so please make sure that you take extra good self-care in the holiday season. And please make sure that you make time for joy. And they can be small joys and they can be big joys, but the point being, take that time out. Take that extra nap. Go for a walk, especially right as people start decorating their houses for Christmas. That's one of my favorite parts about Christmas, is to walk around the neighborhood and see the houses decorated for Christmas. I love it when they do it for Halloween, but I love the lights at Christmas. I really do. So all of that, and maybe pull an old recipe out and make a holiday dessert that you hadn't had in a while. That's another self-care thing. All right. You deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. It's also important to make sure that you are connecting with the source of your own being, connecting with that infinite source of love, kindness, and compassion, and creating that bank account that you can draw from all the time, especially when you are facing your mirrors and, loving on the people that push buttons. So, all right. Kindness, compassion, love. Practice it. One of the best spiritual practices out there. Are you leaving me? He made a comment and then he's gone. All right. And then the usuals. Please do something to engage your mind and your body. Please drink plenty of water. Hydration is important. Your brain will thank you. Everything will work better. As you do this inner spiritual work with your brain hydrated, you'll get further along. Get that early in your day bright light. The clouds were interesting and strange today. So there wasn't a whole lot of bright light. So I'm using the artificial light. And it's science. It's called circadian rhythms. The bright light early in your day stimulates your hormones, and you'll have more energy during the day, and you'll sleep better at night. And yeah, you can look it up. Which is why I'm a big believer in it. Hydration and early morning light, early in your day light. I try not to say early morning, because if you work like before the sun comes up or you work the night shift, early in your day bright light, it'll help reset those hormone cycles. So, and then the last one of everyday reminders is the one of Ernest Holmes that I snatched out of a book and have loved ever since. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now, because it is a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. It means that it is a superpower that we can create heaven everywhere we are. And we can do it in the midst of people who push our buttons. Absolutely. When we do our spiritual work and we connect with the source of our own being, we can create heaven anywhere. And we can create heaven everywhere. And when we learn how to do that, and people look at us and go, what does she know that I don't know? What does he know that I don't know? They can see the capacity within themselves to do the same thing. That's one of the things that I love, because I can be a hot mess. And yet what my goal is I want to be that example of, well, if she can do it, I can do it. That's the way I want to move through the world. If I can do it, you can do it. All right. It's not magic, and yet it is, but it's magic that anybody can do. So, and then of course we can always take Emma's advice. Look for the good and praise it. I mean, you cannot go wrong with looking for the good and praise it. Gratitude is one of the most amazing ways to breathe heaven. It really is. Okay, so I think that's everything. So I'm at the social media part where I remind you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark on the social medias. We had an amazing soul session last night with Rita Wilkes. We learned a whole lot about the Tamna area, which is up there in the Woodlands. Actually, the Woodlands is in Tamina, from what we learned, that little history lesson. So if you haven't seen it, you scroll back a couple of videos, maybe just one video, and watch that on Facebook, or you can go to the YouTube channel, go to the Soul Session playlists. It's amazing. It was wonderful. She was wonderful, and we just let her talk because so much. We look forward to having her back. That's Rita Wilkes. Just the work that she does, the organization, it's called Children's Books on Wheels, but it's so much more than that. It is so much more than that. All right. So yeah, check that out. Check the playlists out. I work very hard on the playlists. I'm very proud of them. And I am the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. So, I try and post interesting stuff. Facebook changed the algorithms, and it's making connecting to my Facebook a little harder on the running Rev Ryan, but I do it from Instagram. All right. Email info@creativelife.org. That's the other one. If you want, that'll get you on the constant content. The hot links are hot, and there is a hot link in there that will take you right to the Soul Session playlists. Yeah, I think that's what I know. Book studies, what have you, all of that is in the email. So get on the constant contact. And the food market event is coming up with the Montgomery Food Bank, and we do that in the Tamina area. So at Oak Ridge High, at one of the Oak Ridge campuses. I hesitate to say Oak Ridge High because I don't know. All right. I think I'm good. That's everything. So here's where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanting day, an awesome day, an awe-filled day, a wonder-filled day, an amazing day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are not, just as you are. As I like to remind you, you are a divine spark. You are a beloved child of God. You are God in motion. You are spirit in action. And you are God well represented and God is well pleased. Spirit is well pleased in you, and you are and well represented in you. So that is who you are. So have that day, whatever that kind of day it looks like. And remember that your attitude goes a long way to what kind of day you have. So you can have a great day. You can have a good day. You can have just simply a day. It's up to you. All right. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. because I believe tomorrow is Friday. I'm pretty sure tomorrow is Friday. And he's very distracting when he does that. Yeah. Know that you're loved, and I will see you next time.